But who will tell Mr. President that the problem with some of the good narratives above is that insecurity makes a nonsense of all of them? Partly because when blood is being spilled in too many places, there's a palpable fear in the country. And when there is no swift justice for the evildoers, the loudness of injustice cannot be quelled by such beautiful narratives. That is why people say justice is the first condition of humanity. And justice must be at the very heart of governance. But who will tell the president that he is looking rather perplexed and even stunned by the recent resurgence of insurgency and the persistence of banditry in the country, because there is a lot of blood and tears and destruction all over the place? Who will ask the president, sir, did you not prepare for this? But who will tell the president that the number of killings this year alone is alarming, be it in Borno, Benue, Plateau, Niger, Kaduna in particular, but across several states in our country? Who will tell the president that there seems to be a particular targeting of our military, especially the 29th Task Force Brigade in the Northeast? On the 9th of April this year, in Beni Sheikh last week, a massive coordinated raid by Boko Haram and ISWAP targeted the 1st Brigade headquarters. And the casualties in that attack included Brigadier General Hosseini Brimo and other soldiers who were killed. Besides those painful deaths, the impact was damning as insurgents reportedly devastated the base, burning military vehicles and equipment. Later on, the military sources said that they were overwhelmed and they scampered away. Who will tell the president that, by the way, we also have in March, between March 1 and 9 this year, in various locations, within a single week, reportedly, 3 separate commanding officers who were killed by the attack of the terrorists in their bases. In Mayanti, Major U.I. Marega was killed on the 1st of March. In Konduga, Lieutenant Colonel S.I. Iyasu was killed on March 6. In Kukawa, Lieutenant Colonel Farouk was killed on March 9. Now, inside sources salute the sacrifice of those fighting, and we must continue to honor the memory of those who paid the ultimate price. These are heroes for our lives and for our countries forever. But we will tell the president that in the last few days, bandits have also attacked Shiroro communities in Niger State with 40 killed according to initial reports, but the figures of dead bodies that were seen over the weekend has increased to over 60. Before that, in Plateau, during a late night attack on Bokos, another 8 people were killed. Who will tell the president that the last time he was in Plateau, he said that these things will never happen again? Since then, at least 2 attacks have been reported in Plateau, barely a week or 2 ago. If the president is stunned, these things are indeed stunning, and we hope it stops at some point. But who will tell the president that there is even something that is more stunning, that in Borno State, 3 days before this last Beni Sheikh attack, there was credible intelligence about what was impending, and yet the attacks could not be forestalled as Governor Babagana Zulum lamented poor coordination and ineffective response time on Friday while on a condolence visit to the military base. So we knew that this was going to happen, did nothing about it. Who will tell the president that he needs a personal retreat, a personal renewal, especially in the following area: coordination of government business, especially in the military. We now have it on record from 2 governors, that is Kebbi and Borno, that there are strong examples of poor coordination and related challenges in the military and security coordination. In Kebbi, Governor Nasir Idris told us that military troops were withdrawn 45 minutes before the bandits attacked the girls in Maga. That was November 17 last year. Up until now, there hasn't been any kind of public explanation of what actually happened. That is the chief security officer in Kebbi making that position known publicly without any response. And now, Governor Babagana Zulum, like I said, of Borno, says regarding the Beneshek attack that there was credible intelligence received 3 days before, yet no effective response to prevent what turned out to be a devastating blow. We will tell the president that he can no longer ignore the dangerous trend of lack of coordination in his government. The president must impose consequences because he is the commander-in-chief. If a security or military service chief cannot deliver, Mr. President, please send them packing. In conclusion, we will remind the president of the fact that he, as president, stridently advocated for former President Jonathan to resign, partly because of some of these things that he is now struggling with. Just like he is now dealing with those issues, should we call for his resignation? What a poetic justice. But let's just tell the president now that the question is, would he kick the cans of this same problem down the road so that other leaders will come and grapple with it? Or will he solve them now? Someone should tell the president that Nigerians are looking for a man of courage, an upright man who can end the insecurity. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you can still be that man. But you can start by showing us that you take governance serious like you take politics. Mr. President, you can show us that you can fight insecurity and make it look silly like you have done to your political opponent.
The point is this: when you have an ineffective and incompetent government, we are all victims. And don't let anybody deceive you. Those of you who are in business, your business will have been better today if we have a competent and effective and performing government. It will happen. As I said, I'm giving excuse where we met many challenges. Now, if there are no challenges, then you wouldn't need to come. Huh? If there are no challenges, you don't need to come. And you come in because you know that there are challenges. And then giving us excuse that you have many challenges, that's why you haven't achieved result. And then you still want to go. First lesson I learned in my military training is never reinforce failure. What we have now is failure, never reinforce it.
So Nigeria is falling apart. And one cannot help but ask, where are the voices like Wole Soyinka, Pastor Adeboye, Tunde Bakare? They have all gone silent. Wole Soyinka should be reminded that this is the 3rd year of Bola Tinubu's administration. He was asked in the past, and he said he was waiting for a year before he could assess the government. A year has passed. 2, 3. Soyinka has finally gone silent. What has he done? Instead, he's so immersed with Peter Obi that he has wished that Peter Obi will not contest the 2027 general election. Is that not funny? Soyinka is so scared of Tinubu that he cannot even address Tinubu directly and tell him that he should resign, that Nigeria is falling apart, while he and some other elites are politicking, that our soldiers are being killed, that our children who are writing JAMB are being kidnapped. Instead, he is focusing on Sheyi Tinubu, the son of the president, telling him that he is taking all our military personnel and the police to guard himself. Sheyi is not Tinubu. Soyinka should come out straight and talk to Tinubu and tell him that the nation is falling apart under his watch. One can also ask, where are people like Adeboye who protested under Jonathan? Adeboye, are you still praying? Tunde Bakare, you blew hot and all of a sudden cold. Nigeria is falling apart. Who will tell Mr. President? Of course, open whispers will tell Mr. President, Nigeria is falling apart under your watch. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sir, do the honorable thing. Not just not to run for 2027 election. You should honorably resign. You have failed Nigeria. We don't have light. We don't have security. Everything is falling apart. The future of Nigeria, who are just our kids, are being kidnapped daily. Under your watch, Nigerians don't have hope. They cannot go to sleep at night with their eyes closed. Adeboye, Tunde Bakare, and our own Wole Soyinka should rise up and tell Mr. President, like Obasanjo did, he should honorably resign. Nigeria is falling apart and you have failed woefully. Under your watch, the same World Bank that has praised your policies is turning to tell you that more than 30 trillion naira is missing. Where are these elders? Mr. President, it's time for you to give up. Resign so that somebody who is capable will save this nation. This is Open Whispers. Kindly remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and please share the video. See something, say something, and please do something. Nigeria will survive. Thank you.